Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the VOD Squad. This is a show where we talk about streaming technology every week. This is episode 129 on April 24th, 2019. I am Clyde, and today I am joined by Matthew Ross.
Hello.
Michael Aston.
Hello, everybody.
And Jimmy Tremmel.
Hello, and never mind the pre-show moniker down at the bottom.
Which I will be turning off right now. Thank you. That has become the bane of my existence.
Sorry, I forgot to remind you. My apologies.
Nah, it's okay. I need to set up a scene for, we're not going to get too technical because that is not the point of this show.
Oh, come on. We like technical stuff here. We're a little nerdy. It's okay to be a little nerdy.
We'll hold that over to the post show. Then that way anybody listening to the audio version will be like, damn it, I don't hear the post show. Yeah, you got to tune in live or even the patron. Yeah, to get the audio, you are a patron. But, you got to show up live. But,
trying to hold something back for those patrons, huh? That's a good idea.
Wait, maybe we can add the pre and post to a tier.
Hey.
But it's like who you don't want to discourage people from giving more, which I feel like that would do.
Little disclaimer: just because you can watch the post show
doesn't mean you have
to watch the post show.
Yeah, it's true.
But normally, if you're gonna give out like incentives to go to a higher, it should be something that people actually go, "Ooh, yes, I do want that." So, for those of you that are already patrons or are not already patrons, if there's incentives that you think we should be offering, definitely let me know, because I am terrible at thinking of that stuff. So, because typically when I patronize a show, I don't really care about the perks. So, all right. Well, on that topic, what's going on, guys? What's new other than Michael looking super dapper there in a hotel room?
You know, Michael looking like this. This is businessman Michael. I like this Michael. It looks really nice. I do miss, the classic either rock and roll or otherwise nerdy tee, but it does look good, and the tie looks good on him too. That's
yeah. I really like the Clark Kent look there.
That's true.
I took the time to take off the suit coat, but left the tie because it kind of completes the look. I either had to leave the tie on or change everything. So.
Personally, I hate neckties. I feel like they're nooses around my neck, but I actually am okay with wearing a bow tie when I've got the full get-up going. I like the bow tie look, either with red or black, but, classic colors.
Well, one of these days, we'll just have to do like a
highfalutin
mod squad, all like highfalutin.
Well, if you could see on the back side of my closet door right there, there is about 50 different ties in all different colors, because I love ties, but I don't get enough opportunity to wear them.
There's an excuse right there.
In previous jobs, I used to, and then I got yelled at saying, tone it down, you're making everybody else look bad. So it just kind of go, all right, fine. But
50 Shades of Tie.
Yeah, and a lot of them are pink. I found that
pink.
Oh, pink.
I can do pink.
You can pull off pink.
My daughters get excited when they find a new pink tie for me. So
why do I have to be Mr. Pink?
deep cut there. All right. Well, okay, ramblers, let's get rambling.
Yeah, let's ramble a little bit. Let's start with a little thing I came across. Apparently, Marvel's Twitter channel is starting a weekly show that you can watch on their on their channel. If you go to their Twitter account on Thursdays about 4 p.m. Eastern, it looks like you can catch Marvel Live, a little show where they're going to give away little bits of Marvel news and updates about what's going on in the Marvel universe. Includes guests, secrets, sometimes reveals, other different cool things that are going on. So if you have been all psyched about all the Marvel stuff, especially right now, Marvel is kind of the biggest thing out there, and you can get your weekly update from them directly from the source.
That sounds tempting, but the problem is I'm at work. And if I could find the time to watch something at that time of day, I'd probably be watching DTNS.
Oh.
Yeah. I would hope that they would offer some sort of like quickly available YouTube version of the show. Because I similarly wouldn't be able to watch it live, but would probably enjoy watching it the same evening that it came out.
You can usually tell when a podcast is somebody's day job because it happens during day job hours.
Are you saying this isn't our day job?
It's not. Yeah, we work third shift. Maybe someday, but right now I don't think the money's there.
Not yet.
If you would like this to be our day job, by all means.
So it's kind of cool that they're going to be using Twitter as a platform to be providing their own personal news. Will we see more of this? That's the question. Are we going to see other companies starting to use Twitter as their avenue to get the information?
Other companies have tried this before, but we've talked about it a couple times. Yes. So-and-so's doing this thing, and then you never hear anything else from it. So maybe Marvel will be the one to crack that code, but I don't know. So
the question is there really that much to keep us regularly interested in tuning in? I mean, I think that there's certainly a compelling potential there with as long as it's fully inclusive of all of the Marvel stuff, right? There's a lot of movies, there's a lot of TV shows, and then of course there's all the comics and stuff. Right. So there's an abundance of stuff, which I think gives them an advantage over a lot of the other companies that have tried it. They have a massive amount of information that they can of content that they can talk about, and they have artists and writers and stuff that can come on and provide other interesting and exciting content. So they mentioned that Adam Kubert would come in and show his drawing for Spider-Man and Captain America and talk to them. So that certainly is appealing to a comic book fan. And, so I think definitely, like I said, I would definitely enjoy watching this offset, time shifted, so to speak. I mean, we don't do live things, but of course, we love it when you watch us live.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, maybe we should go on to Twitter and do our thing live. Nobody would watch us there.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Am I remembering it correctly? Isn't Marvel coming to the Disney subscription?
And that's the point I was going to make. When I first read this, my initial thought was, why are they doing this now? We've already gone through all of the stuff has ended, over the last 10 years that would have made, justified this. But then I remembered, oh, wait, Disney Plus, they're talking about, more Marvel stuff coming. So,
well, yes, but I mean, remember, there's still a whole bunch of other.
Oh, there is,
stuff,
but
right? Like there's Legion and wow, but I can't even name them all. But there's a lot.
I think to Clyde's point, though, and I think I view it the same way, right? Is that this on Twitter seems to be just an interim platform until they get the regular subscription spun up, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. So
the advantage of having an additional platform like this, though, through Twitter, is that it's a free platform that's going to hopefully drive traffic to
exactly
the Disney Plus stuff, right?
Mhm.
So Twitter viewers or Twitter followers that get these messages, see these videos, then they can be like, oh, well, I'm definitely interested in this TV show. So then they go and they pay for Disney Plus.
Exactly.
So while I don't disagree that it's possible that it would move there, it seems very likely that this is really kind of a promotional type show. This is an what do you call it? It's like edutainment, but not for education, for marketing, right?
Yeah.
It's an ad.
Marketing.
It's an entertaining ad.
And as Amanon points out, it sounds like the show on Twitter is for a lot more than just the movies. And yes, they've built this mind share. They've built this whole generation of new people that are interested in all things Marvel. Cash in and get them interested in more stuff, which may help. And actually, that could, from Disney's perspective, that could be a good thing, because that may inform them on what their next move should be. Maybe they start talking about a character that isn't like really, really popular, and then people go crazy for it. And it's like, oh, yeah, maybe we should do something with that, because all these people are going crazy about it. So, yeah, rock on. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I suspect not much. All right,
Being
YouTube Music is now a free service available on your Google Home units, your Google Home speakers, if you do not currently pay for it. You can simply ask your Google Home to play a specific genre or style of music, or maybe something that's like for a mood or for an activity, and it will go ahead and play one of its playlists that are predefined with ads. If you are somebody who is paying already for YouTube Music Premium, you can ask for specific songs. But if you never did and you wanted a free service, now you have one.
Yeah, this is essentially what I had asked for 2 or 3 years ago when I wasn't paying for Spotify. I had said I don't use Google Music, but if they had a free version that was ad supported like Spotify does, then I might use that. But now I'm all in with Spotify. You're not getting me to change. So
yeah,
sorry, it's too late.
The issue here is, to me, why are you buying one of these Google Home or other devices if you're not taking advantage of Google's services already? So I don't know that this makes a terribly large impact on that side of things. And B, this is radio. I mean, there's predefined channel options. You have ads interrupting you all the time. Mm-hmm. So how is this really different than radio?
Well, it wasn't.
I can queue up my own channel and my own preference thing. Yeah, I can select maybe a channel that meets my interest, just like I can select the heavy metal channel on the radio. But
well, it depends on the implementation, because I used the free Spotify with the ads for years.
Mm-hmm.
Because it worked and it played the stuff that I wanted to hear, and it learned from me,
Right.
So, but the problem is, I have a Google Home and I plan on getting more in the near future. But the problem is I'm now subscribing to Spotify, and Spotify and I have a 10-year relationship at this point.
Right.
Where it knows me. And I trust it. So,
man, that's going to be a harsh breakup.
It's gonna take a lot. I feel like counseling would some sort of arbitration would have to happen before that would ever dissolve. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
could this be a play, for the millennials, right? Because a lot of millennials used to use YouTube to get their music, right? Could this be a play to them to say, okay, if you're already accustomed to going to YouTube for music anyway, so if you have a Google, smart speaker, then you can use this service for free.
No, so this is actually a play for, hey, I just got a brand new device, and it's one of the first things it asks you when you set it up is what kind of music service do you want to use, and they want to have that free option there right next to Spotify. So if they catch you picking up YouTube Music because, maybe it's 50-50 with those people who don't know, then they get those customers long term.
But if I remember right, Spotify it can't play from Spotify unless you have a Spotify premium account.
No, you can do it for me. I'm pretty certain.
Can you? Okay.
And I believe I am so frozen.
Yep. And I am fixing that.
But I agree, Clyde, that the implementation is important. The way this article was written is it didn't indicate that it would have any kind of like intelligent pattern system like Pandora and like Spotify have, where it evolves to yourself. It said that it's they're pre-existing kind of channels, and you can't choose album, playlist, or song. So if it's intelligent and it learns, because even YouTube does that for free, is it learns your behavior patterns and it learns the types of music that you listen to. So then you get a reliable and a consistent playlist through YouTube, even free. If it does that, then this is a good service and it will be something that people will utilize. If it really is just that, well, I can listen to the heavy metal channel and it's not going to be intelligent and evolve and realize that I don't really like heavy metal, I like power metal, then that's going to be problematic, because I'm going to quickly get tired of it, because every 2 out of 3 songs are not really up my wheelhouse, right?
Yeah. And on a slightly on topic, but a little off topic, with the Google Assistant, I found out by accident over the weekend that you can ask them, you can specify when saying play something on Spotify, you can specify the newest album. So like play the newest album by Camelot, and it'll play it understands enough that it plays the newest, and you go, oh crap, that's a live album. Play the last album, the one before that, and then it's like, okay.
Nice.
And I was driving and I wasn't even thinking, and I just asked it to do a thing, and it went, okay. So,
well, I don't use Google Assistant. I'll have to try that on my Amazon.
I'm curious to see if
that works.
Amazon works.
That's actually one of my complaints about the Echo, and it's not necessarily wrong. It just annoys me. If I ask it to play a song, it doesn't. It plays that song and then it stops. I would love it to either continue playing that band or ask me or something, rather than just like play one song. Because like if I'm listening to a band and I like, oh, that reminds me of this song that I liked, and I ask it to play that song, it doesn't go back to the list that I was playing. It just stops. And so that's annoying. Anyways, so small tangent based on what you said. Back on track.
That's okay. Next story is basically Amazon announcing the exact same thing for the Echo. Basically, they same day, later on the exact same day, they decided to also announce that they are offering a free ad-supported music solution for the Echo using a free version of Amazon's own streaming service. So everything that Google can do, Amazon can do better, apparently. Same arguments and discussions.
I don't know about better, but yeah, they could probably do the same thing.
I would argue Amazon is better at some things, is not as good at others. So I bet you they both have their pluses and minuses.
I'm sure.
The question here is pre-existing playlists and songs, or
yes, you cannot request a specific song, but you can ask for a pre-created playlist of some kind, or a style of music. You cannot get into a specific song. Excuse me.
Yeah, and it clarifies again. It says here, to top playlists and stations. Mm-hmm. So again, doesn't sound like it's going to be adaptive and learning of your own preferences and patterns. So, not so exciting.
Yeah, we'll see. It's nice to have that free option.
I mean, I don't disagree that it is nice to have that free option. I also hate ads with such an incredible passion that I don't listen to the radio at all anymore because of ads, and only because of ads.
It's around here. Just to be tangent and do a tangent again. If they figured out that a lot of people don't like to listen to the ads that often, so they literally say we don't have ads for between. We have 5 songs between an ad break, and so they actually will let you know that you've got a 5 song, and then they have an ad break, and then 5 song and an ad break. So it doesn't feel like you're being overrun by ads. I mean, it's a 10-minute ad break, but at least it's gotten better than it used to be. And hey, I'm all for ads because ads are the way for some stuff to be free to the public. And if there's a way we can do that, I'm all for supporting that solution. At the same time, I'm also for having a paid-for version that has no ads. That's cool too.
I'm always in favor of an ad-supported version for people. You know, it should be an option.
Yep.
I fully agree. Just not something I want.
You don't want to have that. You want the option not to. I get
it. And I mean, the internet largely exists the way that it does today because of ads. So I'm a huge fan of ads. I'm also a huge fan of data mining and stuff like that. But I also am a fan of privacy and whatnot. And so, you know, ads serve their purpose. Don't deny that.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so here's what I would consider maybe the biggest story of the week. More Google and Amazon news. It looks like Google and Amazon finally got together and made a little bit of maybe we're both being a little bit rough on each other. He said this, she said that. Why don't we just call the whole thing off? And you're going to now be able to get your Google, your YouTube, and later on your YouTube TV on your Amazon Fire platforms. And you're going to be getting your Amazon streaming services right on your Google Android TVs and streaming with Chromecast. So it looks like the war is maybe at an end.
It's an armistice. It's an armistice. There's all the Cold War may be done, but that doesn't mean it's the war to end all wars.
If this was the war to end all wars, woo, we got off easy.
Between them.
Well, you saw me doing a little bit of a chair dance because you're going to get YouTube. Yeah, I mean, as an Amazon fan that also loves videos and content, yeah, like this has been a significant annoyance for me ever since YouTube went away on the Fire TV. Now, you can watch it in their app or on their web app through the Silk browser, which is really stupid because it virtually functioned the same, but it was slower and it was harder to get to, and you couldn't take advantage of any integrated features. So I'm super stoked about it being back.
Very cool.
Yay!
Yeah, so eventually there's going to be a YouTube is coming to Amazon Fire TV devices in the coming months, and then later you're going to get YouTube TV and also YouTube Kids. All 3 of those properties will be coming to your Amazon device. Really, this is their early fight for trying to win the hardware side of these wars, and nobody's won. So now that's not the battle anymore, especially since they're all so cheap.
I gotta say, I mean, the YouTube TV thing is also super huge because there was literally no way to take advantage of that on the Fire devices. So when I was doing YouTube TV to watch Boise State football during the football season, I had to switch over to my TV input to watch it on my LG Smart TV and on the Web OS.
Oh, darn, had to hit that darn input button.
Yeah, Clyde, you're with me on this. That's super insanely annoying, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, because that was always the deal with Android TV. That was the whole reason I left Android TV and went to Roku, was because there were stuff that was missing for no reason other than the person that makes the app said, "Nah, we don't want to make an app for that device," and that's it.
These are serious first world problems here.
Exactly.
Stop laughing.
No, I will not, sir. All right. Well, there's a cool little device that's come out. It's been brought up by a couple of reviewers out there. We got The Verge here today. It's called. It's from Anchor, a little company that actually a lot of people learned to love. They make lots of little power products and power cords. They made what's called the Rove Bolt, which is a device that attaches to your Android device. It's specifically for Android. And it makes your car kind of like a little Google Home inside of it. Now, it's not actually kind of like that. If you ask me, it's more like making your CarPlay much better and easier to use as far as the audio side of it goes, because it has a way of getting your input directly from your phone into the car with an aux cord if you want. It has two Bluetooth radios in it, one to talk to your phone, one to talk to your car, so it can do that at the same time. And it has a nice built-in speaker system and microphone system, so it's easily able to pick up your voice so you can talk to it. And it's got a button right there, so you actually no speaker system, excuse me, it uses your car speakers, and it's got a button right there you can tap to immediately talk directly to the Google Assistant. So this is something I'm actually looking at right now, possibly getting for myself, because that would make me and my use in my car a lot better, because the Bluetooth in my Honda Civic has a horrible delay. And
well, you're still going to have that delay.
No, because it'll be Bluetooth to the Rove. It'll actually be good, and it'll be aux out into my into my car speaker.
Because
so
it
that
said it had two Bluetooths so that it can talk.
You can.
Okay.
You can do both if you want, or if you want to use the aux port, because not everything has the aux port anymore.
This is one of those things that I see it, and I go, I would be super excited about this 5 years ago. Because nowadays, if you have a Google phone, you already have the Google Assistant. You already have Google Home, because that is just Google Assistant. They call it Google Home, but you've already got it in your phone.
Right. So, but this fixes old cars essentially.
No, but the point I was going to make is, if you have pretty much all new cars have Android Auto built in. If you have a vehicle that doesn't, what I don't get is the people that are going to connect their phone to this and this to their radio via Bluetooth, because you already have it in your phone. Just connect your phone directly to your radio. Why the middleman?
Well, you get the middleman gets you a nice, easy to touch button instead of the phone, which can be annoying. And also, it's got those two well-trained, well-designed microphones built into it. Yeah. And you have to have something for plugging in power for your device anyway, so that's providing it as well. It's a kind of a 3-for-1. For $50, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
If all you can do it already? Maybe, I don't know. Go ahead.
I think, the question about the price value is definitely something to consider. I will say that the Google activation word and subsequent use of Google Assistant on my phone is not great through the Bluetooth of my car. It is spotty to pick up the activation word, and it's also somewhat inconsistent with picking it up. So I'm kind of interested in this. This is also kind of reminds me of the Echo Auto, which is also supposed to be coming out from Amazon. And that one really appeals to me just because it keeps in my ecosystem. But, I think there's definitely a potential value here. I think $50 seems like a lot for something that, like you said, is already in existence and already available to you. But if it works a lot better, then it may be worth it, especially for somebody that spends a fair amount of time in their car.
Yeah, I think it's a good device to retrofit to older cars, right? The newer cars already have the technology, I think, but the older cars that maybe doesn't quite have a good Bluetooth in it, I think it's a good solution.
Yeah, that works pretty well. So, next story, Netflix. has there's some new feature that they're working on. This feature is going to be providing that they're trying out right now on some people's Android's phones. Is that if you are playing an episode, their new button will show up that it would normally would say something like "play the next episode," but this one shows up and says "play a random episode." This will allow you to pick up a show that may be one you've seen before, or you don't care which one you get, and you will be able to have it play a random one for you, and maybe a whole bunch of them in a row, so you can go ahead and enjoy a random assortment of the show.
I do not support this. I am vehemently against it. This is chaos and insanity and all the worst in all things. Watch the episodes in freaking order, people.
Okay. Let me first say I applaud them for making this available because the user should have options to watch it any way they want. That being said, I will never use this. I have absolutely no interest. It drives me crazy when I see something and then I don't understand where it came from or what led up to the joke that is supposedly the laugh track is telling me I'm supposed to find funny without the context.
I think they should have, and I tend to revert to this a lot of times here in the podcast, right? But they should use the bit from the Matrix, right? Make it, do you want the blue pill or the red pill, right? And just, because we all know that, watch them in order. Who's not going to watch them in order?
This is effectively a watch the world burn button.
No!
That's how I
guys
see it.
are so wrong. This is not for that kind of serialized show. This is totally for the kind of show like you go on the Nature Channel and it's doing Planet Earth or something like that. And you press the button that says
and it
random.
gives you the zebra, and then you go, but wait, I need to know what happened with the otters before this. We haven't gotten to the zebra yet.
No,
I mean this could work. This could work for Gilligan's Island, right?
Yes,
this would work okay for that. Right?
For all of Star Trek,
except if it gives you the last episode first, where they finally get off the island. Then that just ruins the whole series.
Take that one out of the mix. But all the rest of them, it'd be okay.
Okay,
and the first one.
Watch Lost. Watch Lost, and then it gives you like any episode. And then you're like, crap, they just ruined all of the episodes leading up to this.
No, then you would be, like the show title suggests, lost, right?
No, for shows that the order doesn't matter. If it's a show, like a nature shows, I could see this being on a lot of reality TV where you don't care which episode of House Hunters that it is. You're just watching a random house. And people watch those shows and they just want something on. This is perfect for that.
Yeah.
This is not for your serialized, you have to know what happens.
This is definitely not for This Old House.
But it would be good for House Hunters, though.
It would be.
Yeah, it would. I agree. There are certain types of shows where it would have zero impact. Anything on HGTV, basically.
Yeah. That whole thing could be randomized.
Okay. If the button only showed up on HGTV shows, then I would be okay with it.
Sure.
All right, so Philo has come out and said, "Hey guys, sorry if you've really were thinking of getting our plan for only $16. We're going to be dropping that option as a plan for the future. We're only going to be offering the $20 plan from this point forward." That's kind of a little bummer if you were looking possibly to get those awesome Viacom channels for cheap or cheaper. But good news is if you are already paying for the $16 plan, you're grandfathered in at that price.
I'm going to take a completely different take in the fact that bravo to them. Because everybody has the wrong take on this. Everybody's going, how dare they? What do you mean they're taking it away? When I read this, what I see is, hey, if you were on the fence, you have until May. Get in there now. Hurry up. Everybody sign up now at the $15, $16 price before it goes away. This is that going out of business fire sale to get everybody in the door.
Ah, I didn't read that they get for a future date that then you can be
Yeah, it's
grandfathered.
like May
Okay.
something. So
Cheeky,
yeah,
very
May
cheeky.
6th. May 6th is when they're going to drop it. So you can sign up now for $16 and then you will get to keep it.
It,
Nice.
yeah, I mean, the thing is that it's not a huge increase in price. B, it still means that they're one of the lowest price
Still.
uh, solutions, even at the $20. And they're giving us warning. I think they're doing a really great job here. They're also increasing by a smaller amount than almost everybody else. Most companies are doing $5, $10, $15 increases.
Mm-hmm.
They're eliminating their lowest cost plan, giving you a good option that's still more affordable than anybody else. And they give you a warning and grandfather you in. So I think they're doing a really awesome job with this.
Agreed.
Yeah. So everybody, as a reminder, Philo is the service that if you want TV and you don't care about sports, you don't have to pay for the sports. You get the bare bones, and they've got most of the channels that most people want. So, yeah, I've said before that if I needed live TV and I wasn't currently, if I no longer get YouTube TV, this would probably be the one I would pick up.
That's fair.
Yeah, so get it in there now while you can.
All right. Verizon has been looking for an option to provide their customers, especially their broadband customers, a way of providing live television to their customers. And after looking at possibly working with Apple for a little while, they have finally decided that they're going to be offering YouTube TV to their broadband customers and their fiber customers and their 5G customers who get their home internet through Verizon as YouTube TV as one of their options. This is kind of like what AT&T does with their DirecTV and DirecTV Now bundles that they put in. They will be bundling in YouTube TV as a discount option as one of their services as well. So if you're on Verizon for home, in the future, let's see what the prices will be for YouTube TV.
Although I will say not exactly the same because AT&T does it for their wireless customers. I use their AT&T fiber service, right, and I don't get the DirecTV.
Yeah. The story we have here saying that they did choose YouTube TV doesn't say what kind of price is the YouTube TV will be for the customers. It's not perfectly clear how big a discount or if any at all. I mean, I don't know if there would be for those customers, but very likely, I imagine there will be.
If they got no discount, then it would not be any news at all there, right?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to Verizon. We charge you more for the same thing. I'd actually believe that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in that case, it could be Hulu or anybody else, right?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on that one. So.
Yeah. And with that is the end of our news, I believe. So thank you for another week of awesome news, guys.
Mm.
Yeah, relatively short this week, so I'm almost not prepared as I am editing at the other scene to add Jimmy in because I didn't think about it beforehand. One of the benefits of the upgraded version that I have.
You can make changes to other scenes.
I'm editing those scenes as we talk right now. But what we would normally talk about at this point is the fact that I am able to do this, and we do this every week, because there are people that show up every week, every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. And on top of that, there are people that pay. I know that it's hard to believe.
I'm sorry. What did you just say that they pay?
There are people that pay to see this done every week. All I can say is they're awesome, And, if you get benefit, you see any kind of benefit from this show, you should consider. Throw us a buck. Buck an episode. Even a buck a month. The amount doesn't matter. The fact is that you are above and beyond everybody else that we also dearly love. But, every parent will tell you, while you love all of your children, there's most likely one that you kind of love a little bit more,
No,
so.
Actually, most parents will never say that, just so you know.
They won't tell the kids that.
They pretty much won't say that to anybody, so...
We all know it's true. No, and Al-Anon says, and yet we refuse to do it topless. It's not that we refuse to. It's that we don't want to get banned from Twitch.
Hey, Al-Anon, hit me up when I'm drinking wine, not Sprite Zero. Maybe you'll get lucky there.
More importantly, we won't do it topless as a service to you. Because no matter what you think, you don't want that.
Yeah. But yeah, some benefits if patrons get access, elevated access with special perks in the Discord, if they would choose to exercise those, as well as the audio version with custom RSS feed. And plus, with the Discord benefits, you've got your own patron-only room where you can make suggestions. If, like, Al-Anon keeps campaigning for this topless episode, I said, Al-Anon, you'll get your chance to experience that in June, if you join us for Turtle Days in Indiana, but. And then I'm sure he'll probably be singing a different tune during our next episode. But yeah, it's a house on a lake. There's a good chance there's going to be some topless Clyde. So, and on that note, why don't
move on?
We check in with Big Voice Jay?
Okay.
Welcome to your Movie Draft Minute, presented by DiamondClub.tv for the week of April 22nd, 2019. I'm your host, Big Voice Jay. Pro tip, a flu shot is not, repeat, not a drink. Let's go to the scoreboard.
Ew.
Team Zirtual Misery and the Bod Squad are tied for last place, still waiting for their first fill. Team Drunkage Gaming is in fourth place with $20.7 million. Team Game Night is in third place with $102.9 million. Team Movie Party adds $31 million from The Curse of La Llorona, giving them second place and $202.6 million. And in first place with $586.6 million, it's Team Have a Drink. That's your Stream Team Movie Draft Minute, all told as a record as of April 24th, 2019.
Can I just go out on a limb and say I accept the win? Is it too early to accept the trophy?
In my opinion, no. Actually, I think you're going to clean this slate right off.
I will say the biggest travesty this season so far, the biggest travesty is the fact that opening weekend of La Llorona is like double everything that Hellboy has pulled in. Because Hellboy, such a great movie. Go out and see it. I don't get anything from it. I actively, it hurts me, if it does good, but I want that movie to do good. And exactly. And Al-Anon says he can't help but say that to the tune of My Sharona. And I had a conversation the other day that La Llorona, they totally missed out on an excellent marketing campaign by being horror. If they had been any other genre, everybody would have known this movie. It would have been stuck in their head because all the commercials would have said, La 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 Llorona. But I mean, but yeah, that's the point, Al-Anon. It's not a great movie, but it is a great movie in many ways. It is worth seeing. It is absolutely worth seeing. It is not even movie party quality bad. The movie's too good for a movie party. But yes, go see Hellboy. Don't let La Llorona kill it.
I'm sorry, it's too late for Hellboy. Unfortunately, you're gonna have a few more people watch it a little bit, but it's going to disappear after this weekend. Nobody's gonna know anything about it. They're not going to spend any more money.
That is a shame. That's why I said I think that's going to be the biggest travesty of this, season. Ugly Dolls is going to barely beat Hotel Mumbai, but that was to be expected.
No. Ugly Dolls is going to do just fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just like Hotel Mumbai did just fine.
Hotel Mumbai did horribly. They screwed that one up so hard to releasing it in only 4 theaters at first, and then...
Here's the funny thing. For what they paid for Long Shot, there's a chance it won't be the worst buy. There is a chance that Long Shot at $63 will be a better buy than Hotel Mumbai at $15.
I don't know.
Based on the money that Long Shot will make, because Long Shot's going to make way more than $8 million. So when you break down the numbers, I'm pretty sure that Long Shot, it's not going to be a good buy at 63, but it won't be the worst buy. So vindication for W. Scottus 1 and the Fits.
We'll see.
63. Yeah. And hashtag 63 is the official hashtag of the summer Stream Team draft, if you didn't know. So hashtag 63 anytime you say anything about the summer draft.
And of course, we're all beating around the bush here of the thing that needs to be talked about.
What's that?
Well, it's how... I don't know. I was trying to think of something other than talking about Avengers Endgame coming next weekend, because that would be too obvious. But it's Avengers Endgame. So you're going to be cleaning up the next weekend, and you will very likely be in first place after this weekend.
Yeah.
And I have a request for you.
So what you wanted to do was talk about the Hulk in the room.
Yes, exactly. Go ahead, Michael.
I don't think he'll be leading after this weekend. I think it'll take him 2 weeks to take the lead.
Matt
and I were talking about that.
Matt and I were talking about that before the show, and these aren't cooperating with me, so I'm going to go back to the grid. So I think that if Avengers has the momentous 300 weekend that everybody's talking about,
but
there's a chance that if I'm not in first, I'll be close, like $10 close.
Well, I mean, the other team is close to 600 million, and you're at 100, so you've got to get 500 million.
No, I'm at 200.
You're at 200.
Yeah, I'm 202 million right now.
I
need 300. That brings me to 5, and then
I was looking at Game Night's numbers.
Yes.
Game Night's at 100.
Yes, you are.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so
La Llorona is going to make more money. But like I said, I don't expect it to make enough money to put me straight into first. But
but
it's going to be if I'm not
200, at 200. I still don't think it's enough, but it will be close. I think you will be a close second as opposed to what you're in third now.
Yeah.
But
there is the potential.
You only have 1 week to be the leader, because when Ugly Dolls comes out the next week,
and it comes out to a momentous Hotel Mumbai $8 million matching.
Let me tell you something about that, Michael. So yeah, you're right. Ugly Dolls is going to come out. and then what was it? The Detective Pikachu, I think, comes out the week after that. I think that movie will probably do well enough to push us down to last place, right? The VOD Squad. And then
No, because Ritual Misery will always be in last because they don't have a movie. Their first movie doesn't come out until May 17th.
Yeah, that's
the
number one.
So what's their
movie? Is
movie?
the one that has Detective Pikachu.
A Dog's Journey, which is going to make $5.
Oh, okay, all right. I had it confused there. So Dog's Journey,
and that's like a week after Detective Pikachu.
Well, don't they have something coming up there that's going to do pretty well?
Nope, not Ritual Misery. Their first possible movie that's going to make money is Aladdin, and that's at the end of May.
Aladdin. All right, so that might be the one that pushes us down to last place, right?
So Detective Pikachu. No, because while I get what you're saying, I think we have another movie that comes out before that, so I think we'll be able to compete. I think really the competition for the next few weeks is going to be a close run between Movie Party and Have a Drink, as Detective Pikachu gives Have a Drink a little bit more legs.
Okay, but here's what I'm trying to say. We can all agree we're going to be in the bottom two. We're in the bottom two right now.
Yes,
right?
we are.
Right, so we're going to at least be in the bottom two, potentially maybe even the bottom team, right? Awesome. And then I think we're going to mount a great comeback, and we're going to finish at minimal in the top three, and I think we may even finish at least second.
In
this movie draft.
I think we might be
doing. I think that's going to be a great comeback to come from all the way at the bottom, all the way up to like number 2.
You're right. We definitely could be in the worst place for a little while, and I'm very certain that we will be at least in third and very likely second. I really don't think we will be able to beat Clyde at first, but it will be nice to be.
I'm gonna issue a challenge.
Okay.
And we need to figure out the stakes because Long Shot and Ugly Dolls come out on the same weekend.
Yes, they do.
If Long Shot outperforms Ugly Dolls, what will we make you guys do?
Now, see, I predicted that Long Shot would do better than Ugly Dolls,
and I think it will. Look. And so we can discuss this in the after show, but there should be stakes. If Ugly Dolls outperforms Long Shot, I will do something. If Long Shot outperforms Ugly Dolls on the opening weekend totals next week, or the week after, you're right, the next show,
right,
up to that point, then yeah, well, so those of you out there watching, think up some stakes. I don't need an actual stake.
I think Ugly Dolls will destroy Long Shot.
So do I.
I'm confident of that.
It's a possibility.
But I think my prediction, double.
Whoa.
Well, we're not worried about how much better. I'm just saying better.
I'm not betting on that. I'm saying I think it'll win. My estimate is close to double.
The whole reason I bring that up is because there has been so much shade thrown at Long Shot because of the circumstances that I want to see, and you guys have talked up Ugly Dolls so much that I want to see if Ugly Dolls can outperform the most grossly overpaid movie.
So I think, the thing about Long Shot is it actually looks like a fairly entertaining movie, and I think
I finally saw a trailer for it, and like I was telling Matt before the show, I finally saw a trailer for it the other day, and I am really sorry W. Scottus won. I really want to see this movie, which means it's gonna bomb.
Screwed. The problem though is that it's an R-rated movie versus a kids movie, right? R-rated movies traditionally underperform the market for a similar PG-13 movie.
And kids movies, especially after a long hiatus in the middle of summer.
Yep.
The
And
first
that's what
kids
I was
movie
gonna
in the
say,
summer.
is
Oftentimes
add on the fact
was
that
amazing.
Ugly Dolls is a kids show.
Yeah,
Kids shows
well,
tend to overperform,
But
especially.
at this point,
Well-
kids don't know what Ugly Dolls are. Ugly Dolls were popular over a decade ago. None of my kids know what an ugly doll is, even though they have 2 ugly dolls. They never knew they were called ugly dolls. They just had them. They've had them since they were born.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll see. So I'm all for what Alan on 666 suggested in the chat, that the stakes that we raise are Omaha stakes.
And you have to listen to the song Omaha by the Counting Crows while you're cooking it and eating it. But I mean that one's kind of difficult, because then what? I have to send out 3 steaks, and then or I get 3 steaks.
We'd have to give you 3 steaks, so yeah.
It's a valiant effort. I think, there's still gold to be found out there.
Yeah. Send in your suggestions.
Maybe this is the shirtless episode that Al-Anon's been asking for.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, best case scenario for you guys, I have to go shirtless, and then you guys are safe. And
I have a request. It's a very, very, very simple request. I will not be able to watch the Avengers Endgame movie this coming weekend because
he doesn't want to give me any money.
No, that's not why. I actually would like to go and give you some money, because you're going to earn all the money in the world. They're all claiming 300 million. Yeah, I think you're going to be hitting 4. I just not, because of situations, I'm not going to be able to go see it. And so I am going at least 1 week, maybe more, because I suspect they will be sold out for weeks on a time, just like these movies tend to be every once in a while, where I cannot see it, which means that I am going to be in a spoiler-free zone. That's going to be the hardest thing ever, because this one is going to be so spoiler-tastic for everybody, more so than Infinity War. This is going to suck for me. So,
well, just like Infinity War, I'm going to wait for this one to come out on DVD, just like I did before.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jimmy.
We'll see what happens.
It's just because I don't go see any movies at the theater.
That's fine.
Maybe the new Star Wars movie, I might go see that one at the theater. Right.
Well, we'll see who owns it in the next draft. Then you can make that decision.
That's right.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, why don't we get into some rants and raves? We'll see if this thing works. Looks better. But I can do this. Alrighty. Rants, raves, what do you guys got?
I'll start.
Mm-hmm.
So this next weekend was Easter weekend, which means all the fam came over. And we did lots of cooking and lots of, doing various things around town, going to the farmer's market, all that fun stuff. But the most big activity we did was board games, because my son loves board games and other games as well. So we played all of them. In fact, we had a game that he invented that basically helped us go out and pick out a game to buy. It was literally go pick random cards out of the categories. You have to pick what kind of game it is, and then we all pick a game from the store, and then we randomly choose. We randomly decide which one of those games we want to actually buy and take home and play. And that was a couple hours. We had a game that he created where literally we were on a board. The whole house was a board game. Every step on the stairs was a.
Were you playing True American?
No, I don't know what that is, so that's okay. But we also played things like Clue. That was the one we ended up buying. The new version of Clue. Interesting twists on one twist on that is you have your Clue cards that you have that nobody else can see. Well, there's a couple of Clue cards that you can do that are played sometimes that you have to everybody shows one card, puts their one card up on the board so everybody can see what's going on. Then we played Monopoly Pizza, interesting version of Monopoly. It's nice in one way, is that it's not that long. As soon as all the properties are purchased, the game's over. So it can go faster than normal Monopoly, because as we know, normal Monopoly is life-ending. Uno Flip, which is Uno, which there's cards who literally tells you to turn all the cards back upside down, so that you have a light side and a dark side. Of the dark side, everything is much worse. Instead of draw 2, or it's draw 5, and it's a much harder of a version. It flips back and forth. And then 13 Dead End Drive, which is kind of like Clue in that figure out who done it, but it's not a who done it. Everybody done it, because everybody's dying in this game. This is the game which we had people say, "Kill the cat, kill her now." And what's great about it is that there are actual live pieces of that game that allows you to literally drop chandeliers, drop ladders on people, and it's a lot of fun. So, also the backstory of that game is hilarious. If you'd like to read something funny about games like that, it's fun too. But no, my weekend was full of every kind of game and puzzles. We actually even pulled out a puzzle and we started doing that. And basically no television, because I just was too busy with the games. It was fun.
Right. Awesome.
All right. Well, I'll go next. And might I say, too, Monopoly is a good game to play when the hurricane knocks out your power and you're waiting for it to come back on. That's a very good game to play.
I've got an interesting fact about Monopoly. Remind me when we're done, and
Sure.
we'll talk.
All right.
Go
Excellent.
ahead, Jimmy.
So yeah, most of the time I talk about shows I'm watching, and 2 that I'm watching right now. Billions. I think I'm about in the 4th or 5th episode of Billions, the current season, and really liking that show. It's it's just so gripping this season. And then I just started the first episode of the new season of Bosch. That one also is very good. One of my favorite shows of all time probably is Bosch. Right, really like that one. So, and if you haven't seen either of those shows, I really recommend it. Just go out. If you're Amazon Prime, you can watch Bosch, and then Billions, of course, is on Showtime. Right, so.
And let me just immediately follow that up and say the new season of Bosch, I watched it on Saturday. It was good.
The whole entire season.
I found myself out of town and I was unable to do anything that I went there to do. So I was sitting in an empty house because I had time to kill, and it was like, well, you got nothing better to do. Ooh, new season of Bosch. Oh, season's over. That wasn't my rant or my rave, though. I will say it was well executed, because after the last season, I thought, the last season ended on a note that totally would have been a satisfactory end to the series. So I didn't know where they were going to go with this season. They did a good job.
Absolutely. Even from the first episode, right? I can say
I was right into it.
Exactly right. Clyde is spot on there, because
that second season was the one that took me a little while to get into, but then this last season, boom, just
the season before, season 4, that one was probably, you could have ended the whole series right there, right? Yeah. And I was very interested to say, okay, well, what are they going to do different here in the 5th season, right? What's going to...
And it seems like they did a significant time jump without actually needing to acknowledge that it was a time jump. Because, I don't know what grade his daughter was in the last season. I thought she was in the middle of high school. Now she's in college. And I thought about it for a second and went, whoa, wait. And then we're just, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's, and I have to say, oh man, it's really, and they're taking it in a direction that you really enjoy seeing it going in that direction. And I'm seeing it just after the first episode.
So right? my actual rave, though, is I stumbled across a TV show. It's on True TV. I never thought I would ever watch anything on that channel.
Mhm.
It's called Tacoma FD.
Fire department.
It's a
Tacoma
fire
Fire Department?
department show. It is there's, if you're familiar with Super Troopers, it's a couple of the people from Super Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
It's raunchy, it's silly, it is a lot of fun. And I saw them and I went, oh, because I was not a big Super Troopers fan. You know, I appreciate, but I'm not like, I love it with the same passion that most people do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was afraid it was going to be too much on the Super Troopers side, but it's good, especially if you have firefighting experience or you're, you know, it's a lot of my favorite stuff about Rescue Me. So if you take Rescue Me and eliminate all of the drama, you have Tacoma FD, and I'm automatic. I've fallen in love with it, and I am now a fan. So check it out.
Very cool.
Excellent. I'm still just watching Big Bang Theory and Lethal Weapon, one episode a night, so it's going to take me a few months to get through to it. Hopefully, as I get settled in this new job, I will start to have time to think again and to do entertaining things again. So, but until then, I'm enjoying it. They're great
How are you
shows.
enjoying? How far you've gotten into Lethal Weapon?
I am definitely enjoying it. I don't know. I think I just finished the second season, so I think I just started into season 3.
Right.
Which I don't know how many seasons there even are, but so far it has been really good.
I stopped watching it at the time they changed some cast members. According to Clyde, it actually is still good, so I should probably get back.
I think it's actually better.
And that's insane because it was so good
thought.
before.
I was angry, and I didn't think it could be done. And you know, I've got this weird like relationship with Sean William Scott, where most of the time I want to hate him. But then when I watch his thing, I usually end up actually enjoying him, and I'm not sure why. But I watched it with a wary eye for a couple episodes, and then finally just forgot about Riggs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on episode 12 of season 2, so I haven't gotten to the character change. I did notice the picture on Hulu has a different guy for Murtaugh's partner, and so I kind of am aware of that.
Yes, Stifler. Stifler is his new partner.
Yeah, which is I don't know that I've ever actually seen him in anything because I've never watched any of the American Pies or anything like that.
Oh, but, I will say some of his not unknown movies like Goon were really good. I earned a lot of respect for him when I watched these other movies and realized, oh, this dude's actually kind of cool, and I like him as an actor.
What was the movie he was in with The Rock?
It wasn't Central Intelligence. Give me a second.
He was in some movie with The Rock.
Yeah, it
was like, it was okay to watch, but not a great movie.
He was Country Mac, and It's Always Sunny. If that means anything.
Seen that one. It's like the Runaway or something like that. The Rock is hunting him down.
I think that's right. Yeah,
that's probably the one show I have seen him in.
Oh, I forgot. He's in Super Troopers too, and he was one of my favorite characters in Super Troopers too. But
it's called Rundown.
The Rundown.
Yes, the Rundown.
That was it. The Rundown. Yes.
Or he was also in Cop Out. If you saw Cop Out, that's what I was thinking of. but which was Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan. Yeah, stick it out, and I am actually, in retrospect, glad that they made that change.
Okay, well, I'll give it a shot. I have a hard time giving up on a show once I get started on it. So unless I really don't enjoy it, I'll stick it out. But
And
so far, episode 12, season 2 is still really good. Just about done with the 8th season of Big Bang Theory, and I am happy to see that Last Man Standing, which is another show that I enjoy, is done with their month and a half long break. So episodes of that are coming back out, and that was the last episode was pretty funny too. So
yeah,
oh, good deal.
And I will say one of the main reasons I like the change is because it brings along Maggie Lawson, who is one of my favorite characters from Psych, which is the greatest TV show that was ever made. So she is now a series regular in Lethal Weapon, and she's awesome in everything. So, but all right, well, we should probably wrap this up then. Thanks everybody for hanging out. There are titles to be voted on. tvs.showbot.tv if someone wants to throw the remind out there. Thank you, Pathway. And just a reminder to those of you watching this after the fact, join us live. You get to participate, you get to vote on titles, you get to hang out for the pre and the post show. And then, we're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, on this channel on Twitch. A reminder to everybody that this weekend, Saturday night at 10 p.m. Central, is the April movie party. We will be watching Slingshot Cops and Bubba Hotep, the best Elvis biopic ever made. I think it's the most realistic depiction of his life as well. So, join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. And, guys, thank you for hanging out. And we'll see everybody in the post show. Throw up those diamonds. We will see you guys later.
Bye.
And refresh.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.